March.
Hey, that's near your birthday.
It's 2 months
Okay,
away.
this is probably the one.
A Great and Lonely
I
Desert.
keep thinking it's my favorite one.
Let's talk about video game development for a second. Every video game runs on what's called an engine, which determines what the game can and cannot do. So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development.
Whenever I try talking, he's
To make all of these games, Coda is using an engine called Source. Like all engines, Source has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly. One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors. That's why so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms, is just because he's working with what the engine does well. The tools available to the creator shape what kinds of creative work they're going to end up making. You might consider paying attention to the architecture in Coda's games, to notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good at producing linear, boxy corridors.
Wow.
Parkour. Can you actually jump?
Yeah.
Oh, you can. Oh, it's not a
Parkour.
sprint jump. You must miss that.
It's because I tried to sprint jump. There's no sprint.
Okay, that's good. Our keyboard doesn't work with sprint, forward, and space. Ooh. Oh,
He dies of
no
fall
death.
damage. There's no
Of
death.
course, there's no death. This is actually really satisfying. Just
I don't know why I really don't want to fall to the bottom. I want to
Yeah, 'cause
experience
It's
this.
slow fall.
It's fun.
Look up.
Wow.
It's just very satisfying. And
Yeah.
cool. So it's just like imagine falling like that in real life.
See this?
Stairs. Wait, can you go in there?
No, I can't. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, that's really cool. How it just suddenly changes. Like, that lighting is excellent. Dang.
Yeah.
This is like a...
Did that close behind you?
Okay, that's terrifying.
He's good at making scary games. Okay, go in there.
This is actually scary for some reason. What?
Oh. That's... I like
Oh.
that.
Oh my
This is super
goodness.
random.
This prison, funny enough, in Coda's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go. If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that.
That's cool that it actually like lets you go after.
This is something that he and I used to argue about a lot. You know, whether a game ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible? And so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games that was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in and nothing else. Believe me, I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere. There wasn't.
Wow. That must suck.
And these are not exactly like
There's the spots
play.
again.
Yeah.
You see them?
It's the puzzle again, with the exact same solution as the last time.
Hey, don't tell us the solution. Cheater. Yeah, these are kind of kind of just sightseeing besides this puzzle here.
There's still no clear indication of what makes this puzzle so special that Coda is going to return to it over and over. But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly.
Wait, how far can you go in one direction in that room? In that dark room?
You can't. I tried earlier. Whoa, it's the sky. This is weird.
What is that? Does that say listen?
Yeah.
Here, Coda begins using a kind of dialogue system that he fashioned out of the engine's chat capabilities. Use the 1, 2, 3 buttons on your keyboard to respond.
Here there, did you come up from above? What was up there?
I want to know each one.
I'll
I think we should do the prison.
Do 1.
I'll do 3.
I like those.
Yes, there were these floating colored blocks. That's the world above. You've been there. Now this is important. Did you get through the puzzle with the 2 doors and switches?
I think we should do 1.
I want to do 2 because it's interesting. No, I don't remember having to go through any puzzle.
Okay.
You don't? But how did you get here? The puzzle is the only way.
His head turned.
Maybe 2. 2 looks interesting.
2. I don't remember how we got here.
1 and 2 are pretty interesting.
You must think harder. Please, try to remember. It is so important that we get out of here. We must escape this prison. Can you think harder? There must be something more. Please tell us how to reach the end.
Oh, I see. It's showing when they're speaking when they're listening.
Sorry, guys.
Just come with us. Wait, why are they letting us
The
go?
puzzle is one way.
Oh!
There's no way they can get back.
What's going on?
It's
Can we
the
talk to
same
them, right?
word. Oh my goodness.
Oh, yeah, we gotta go through it again.
No, I've been right here this entire time. I suggest you go see the puzzle sometime. It's not meant to be solved if you can sit in the black space in the middle. Why would I sit in the black space? Oh, it's pretty peaceful. It may not seem that way at first, but you'll come to think so in time, eventually. Okay.
I thought we would have to get to go for the choices again, but
And so we make one last descent down to the final floor of the level.
this is really amazing.
Uh-huh.
It's like, it looks a little bit
Oh.
simple, but it's really good for only like a little bit of work on it.
This is the title screen.
Wait, is it?
Yeah.
It's a lamppost. Okay, I can't tell you quite why, but for some reason, Coda fixates on this lamppost. It's going to appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out. I'll tell you what I think. I think that up to this point, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no clear purpose, and maybe you can only float around in that headspace for so long. Because now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading to something. He wants a destination, which is what this lamppost is. It's a destination. We're going to see it in the work as well. His games are just going to become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea behind them. And as we go, that idea will get clearer and clearer and clearer.
This kind of makes me want to make a video game.
Yeah. This is really cool.
It's good as inspiration.
Yeah. So we're in April now. This game is connected to the internet. As you walk around, you can leave notes. All notes you see are left by other players.
Really? I see the notes. Oh.
Note. Oh. Nice room. Not.
Aww. Wait, are they actual colors? That's what I'm wondering. 'Cause
I doubt
I don't
it.
think there's enough there. There'd be more.
So first off, I'm sure you can deduce this, but this game is not connected to the internet.
Yeah.
All of the notes that you're going to see have been written by Coda. This was actually the first game of his that I ever played. This was shortly after I met him at a weekend game jam in Sacramento, where I grew up. I saw him working on this very level, and it was just so different from anything that anyone else was doing. So right away I was like, I have to be friends with this person. In retrospect, I think I was probably a bit too pushy trying to get his attention. I was over-enthusiastic. But he was very gracious about it and very patient with me. And I cooled off eventually. Oh, feel free to skip over any of these notes if they're not doing anything for you. Nothing extra is going to happen if you read all of them. Either way, to me they convey a sense of loneliness. I see this person who's filled with thoughts and feelings and beliefs and has no way to express them except as scattered and unheard voices in a game that wasn't meant to be played.
You can't type here.
But it's ironic, isn't it? That in playing this game and seeing how alone Coda often felt, that we get to know him better and actually kind of connect with him. And I have to be honest with you, this idea is really seductive to me. That I could just play someone's game and see the voices in their head and get to know them better and have to do less of the messy in-person socializing. I could just get to know you through your work.
Oh my goodness!
I like Coda's games so much, is because it felt like they let me have that connection. I felt as though he was inviting me personally into his world. And then I feel less lonely too.
Huh.
It does just seem like someone's mind.
Define fun. I'm the king of
Try
the-
jumping down onto the...
Oh, I'm gonna.
But there's a lot of sad thoughts.
Aww.
There's gotta be a way to get through
I
everything.
wanna go
I wanna go
down.
through everything.
I really wanna go down. How deep this thing goes.
Here. I feel like this is how someone's brain could work.
Yep.
I mean, not
refuse to
everybody's.
believe.
A lot of them are negative, which,
Yeah.
you know, seems like Coda is saying how he doesn't want it to be on the internet because he doesn't want to hear people's negative criticisms.
That's true. I felt this way. Oh! Look at that.
Whoa.
It's like,
Whoa.
we're finally not playing a scary game, but this is still, it doesn't make me feel like it's amazing, but it doesn't make me feel that happy.
I really want to read all these. I mean, I know it's not the most fascinating thing to read all of these, but it really does. It does feel like people's comments, and it's also fascinating knowing that it's coming from one person. The person who made this.
I do want to know. I want to meet the guy. I feel like that might be true.
I wish I could.
No, don't wish that.
Not as
No, don't
as-
skip one. No. Why are you skipping it?
At the end of this level, we're going to see the puzzle again. And here, I'll tell you what I think the puzzle means.
Oh my gosh.
Each of these games represents an idea that was on Coda's mind at the time that he was making it. And the puzzle is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his life before moving on to the next one.
Sounds like saying helpless.
It's getting louder.
Yeah.
In each of his games, after exploring a theme that, he might find difficult, Coda can then place this puzzle that he knows has a reliable solution, he understands exactly how it works, and so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on.
It's the door.
Is it supposed to make it seem harder?
And because there's this dark area between the doors, a space between spaces, before you move on, you get to pause. Just for a moment, a few seconds to reflect on and let go of the events that led you here. To step back and connect the pieces together. To grasp at that elusive bigger picture.
I like the sound of the message.
But now I can't even
I can't remember.
be by myself. That's what this feels like. So it's not even nice anymore.
Yeah, you can tell those are not players because there's no one telling them the way out.
Those
I
are
don't-
typewriters. What?
I know it scared me at first.
Yeah.
Speak, 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 speak.
Speaking, talking.
What?
No, they can't hear us. They don't have ears.